Hi, this is Jack Godfrey, and this is Intermediate Qigong. In today's class, we're looking at the Dao Yin series, and we're going to be examining in some detail 3 of the movements in that series coming up towards the end. So we're in the latter third, if you wish. So, split the clouds, dancing in clouds, and rowing about. Those are the short names. So chopping tree, splitting clouds, monkey, dancing in clouds, and old man rows about. These are the 3 movements that we're going to be looking at today. My name's Jack Godfrey, and I provide on YouTube 3 videos a week. Intermediate Qigong on Monday, beginner Qigong on Wednesday, and beginner Tai Chi on Friday. And on Saturday, we have a live class on Zoom. So beginner Qigong is provided on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Atlantic time. If you're interested in attending that live class, send an email to jack.godfrey49@gmail.com and I'll add you to the distribution list for the invite to that Zoom class. And now, let's get on with our class. Clouds and boats. Let's see how all this works. So, splitting clouds, chopping trees, dancing in clouds, and rowing a boat. Those are the 3 movements that we're looking at today in the Dao Yin series. But before we get started, it's always good to warm the muscles up before we get into some vigorous movements. So, we're going to work on that. We begin with standing with our feet comfortably, hip-width apart. And you want to have the feet parallel, more or less. It's always important in all of the stuff that we do with Qigong that our body is comfortable and we're not suffering any pain. So we organize the body in the way that works best for us, coming as close to the goal as possible without any pain or discomfort. So we're going to begin with our standing posture today, which is standing firm on the earth, also named standing like a mountain. So you have the feet comfortably hip-width apart, so outside of hips, outside of feet. Pick a toe, pick a foot, lift the toes, lift the heel, you're on the ball joint of the foot, swing the heel towards the other foot, and it should just about touch the ball joint of that other foot. Lift the heel, lift the toe, pivot once again on the ball joint and bring the foot down so the feet are parallel. And now we have the small triangle. We come to the big toe, little toe, and the ball joint. That's the small triangle. Shift the weight into the large triangle, which is big toe, little toe, heel. As we move the weight forward and back, we keep the feet flat to the floor. So you don't want to come forward and lift the heels up in the air and then come back and lift the toes up in the air, because that could result in you falling on your face or falling backwards, and we don't want that to happen. Now bend the knees ever so slightly. Grab the hips, thumbs to the back. Push down with the thumbs. Tuck the tailbone into the body. Pull the belly button in. Lift the ribs, creating space in the abdomen. Bring the hands up about the same height as the elbows. Push the elbows back behind the body. Take the hands out to the side. So this brings the bottom of the shoulder blades together. We lift the chin. We gaze off into the horizon. Now let the hands come down. Turn the palms so they're facing inwards against the side of the body. Bend the elbows slightly. So we're creating some openness in the armpit. Imagine a golf ball, a tennis ball, a ping pong ball, some sort of small ball up in the top of your arm. So you want to have the arms out to the side a little bit. We lift the chin, we gaze to the horizon. And now you breathe in for a count of 4 as you drift forward onto the small triangle. And you drift back for a count of 4 as you shift the weight into the large triangle. So you inhale, we come forward onto the small triangle, lift the ribs, lift the chin, gaze to the horizon. Exhale, we drift into the large triangle, weight in the heels, drop the ribs, drop the chin. So inhale, we stretch the front of the body, and exhale, we stretch the back of the body. So we'll do this one more time. So it's inhale, we come forward, and exhale, we come on back. And now let the arms relax. Next, what we're going to do is shaking the 9 gates. Our hands are wet. Shake the water off the hands. Get the elbows, the wrists, and the shoulders moving up and down. And then we add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles. So this is getting the chi to move out to the extremities of the body. So we're getting the chi moving around. We're breathing deeply. And we turn and we look over the shoulder. Come back to the front. And we look over the other shoulder. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, we're here. Exhale, we go to the opposite side. So we're looking to get the chi moving, get all the muscles in the body limbered up a little bit. And so we'll do once more on each side. Inhale at the front. And exhale, we're off to the side. And we come back to the front. You should have some tingling, some color in the hands. And we draw that chi that we've generated and brought out to the extremities, in to the brass basin. And now, swinging the dragon's whiskers. A lot of the movements that we're going to be doing coming up in the Dao Yin series involve a lot of twisting of the spine. So we want to get these muscles nice and warmed up so that we're able to move comfortably into these 3 movements. So swing the dragon's whiskers. So you bring the hands around and you tap the hips and you look behind. So we go here to the opposite side. So you let the arms swing, let the torso twist, turn the head as well. We're looking to get a big twist in the spine. And we're looking over the shoulder. And we'll do one more on each side. And now we're going to do some side-to-side stretches again. So this is Crescent Moon. So put all the weight on one foot. Take the other foot and point it off to the side. So it's pointing this way. I got this leg pointing straight ahead. The other leg off to the side. Put all the weight on this leg. Bring the hands up overhead. Top hand pushes up to the heavens. Bottom hand pushes off into the distance. And you want to be able to see the top hand at the top of your vision. The bottom hand's about chin high and it's pushing away. Shift the hips this way. And this is the Crescent Moon. The elbow, the top elbow is pointing up to the heavens. The bottom elbow pointing down to the earth. And we hold here. And there's very little weight in this foot. And now we go to the opposite side. So you bring the hands up. The feet become parallel. We make a circle here. Bend high, bend low, stay high, whatever works for you. We bring the hands around and we point again. So top hand is at the top of the vision. Bottom hand about chin high. And we're looking between the hands. Elbows pointing to the heavens and to the earth. And we go around again. So we'll do once more on each side. And we go around again. And once more. And we come back to the center. And so now we're going to move into the Dao Yin series. So today, chop the tree, split the clouds. So for this guy, you need to be in the stacking of the bone stance. So you want to, and stacking the bone stance is the shoulder, the ribs, the hips, and the ankle, all in a pile. So this is a stack of bones. This knee is bent, this leg is straight, and the feet are more or less parallel. So hold a broomstick against the hollow between the shoulder and the ribs, touching the ribs, touching the hip, touching the ankle. So that's the stack of bones. We come over here and we check that the same thing is happening. So the ribs, the shoulder, the ribs, the hip, the ankle, this knee bent, this leg straight. And so this is our stack of bone stance. So chop the tree, split the clouds. We start with one hand here, and the fingers point up, the thumb points towards you. And the other hand here as well. So the two hands are here, just, fingertips just below the chin. And now what you do, so the one hand is close to the chest, one hand's further away. So we're looking like this. And so chopping the tree and splitting the clouds looking from the side goes like this. The hand that's furthest away chops the tree. And so we come around behind us and you look at the hand behind you, big twist in the spine. So we chop the tree on this side, we come back here. The hands change positions. We chop the tree on this side and we look back as well. So it's a big twist in the spine. And then we bend over with a long, strong spine. So keep the ribs lifted. You bend down and the hands swing and come around. The shoulders turn one above the other and we look to the heavens. And we come down. And then we come on up. So that's a look from the side. Now let's have a look from the front. So chop the tree, split the clouds. The hands are lined up, palms face each other, but you have one hand further away, one close to the chest, and one out. The one that's furthest away from the chest is the one that moves first. So it sweeps behind us. So this is the chopping the tree. There's a tree directly behind me. Chop the tree on this side. Come back. The hands change place. Chop the tree on the other side. And now we bend over and we split the clouds. So the hand that just chopped the tree, it's going to come down and tap my ribs, while the other hand goes up and splits the clouds. So we're here. We come back to the front. We bend over with a long, strong spine. So really strong dragon's back here. And this hand sweeps down and taps the ribs. The other hand sweeps up and splits the clouds. We go once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, and then we come up. So the hand that taps the ribs last is the hand furthest away. So chop the tree, we start again. Now the hand that's furthest away from the body chops the tree. We turn, we look behind us as we chop the tree directly in back. We come back to the front, the hands change place. We chop the tree on this side, looking back again. And then you bend over, and the hand that chopped the tree taps the ribs, and the other hand splits the clouds. And we do the opposite. Turn the head as well as we work on this. And then we come up. The hand that tapped the ribs last is the hand furthest away. Chop the tree. Chop the tree on the other side. And now we bend over and we chop and we split the clouds. And we come on up. One of the keys here is that as you are splitting the clouds, doing this movement while bent over, doing an odd number of taps to the ribs ensures that the hand that hit the ribs last, and when you come up, it's the opposite hand in front, so that you're able to work, balance the movements going which way, each way. So you want to start going to the left, then continue going to the right. And the feet are parallel because we've got a lot of movement going on here. If we had the narrow stance, we would be unstable. So chop the tree, split the clouds. Next one is monkey, dances in clouds. For this one, I'm going to be working from side to side here, and so we're going to start out in bow stance. So bow stance, we'll do a straight ahead view here. This foot's to the side, we step forward, and now you have knee, knee, right. This is my head, this is my knee, and the ankle, all one above the other. And there's space between the feet. Because in this particular movement, we're going to be moving from side to side. So let's look at it from this side here. So bow stance. And you're looking to lower the hips as much as comfortable. So first of all, I'm going to go through the full movement, and then we'll break it down a piece at a time. So monkey dances in clouds. So we're here, and this hand is behind the back. No, this one's behind the back, and this one's here like this. And then you bring the hands together. So this is monkey serves fruit. And you come down to the earth, and we come along here, and the feet change positions. And now we're in bow stance this way. And we come up here, and we pierce, and then we twist, bring the elbow to the knee, the other elbow pointing up in the air. You look to the side, you bring the top hand to the back, you bring this hand up, and then you bring the hands together. We come down to the foot, and we change. We're in bow stance this way. We come up, we twist, bring the hand to the back, the top hand, and we're here. So that's monkey dances in clouds. So now we'll look at it in a little more detail. You'll find that this one is very vigorous, requires a lot of muscles, and put a little bit of challenge into the body. So we start in bow stance. So to get to bow stance, we start in horse stance. So you're here. We can't get to that stacking of the bone stance. The feet are a little bit wider. So we're here, stacking of the bone stance. And then you take the feet, turn them out about 45 degrees, and then turn the heels out behind the toes. And now, to get into bow stance, you take this foot, you shift all the weight over here, because we're going to want to move this foot, and you turn it so it's pointing towards the side here, the knee over the ankle. So this is half horse. Now this foot, we're going to turn it, and the heel's going to go this way, and the toes are going to point off to the side. And we're actually going to move the foot forward a little bit so that we have some space between the feet here. And now what you want to do is have the knee over the ankle, and you may find you have to take this back foot back a little further. Lower the hips. And we were here. So recall we did this piercing, we did the twist, the hand came here, and so this is where we're at. And so you want to lower the hips as much as comfortable. We come forward. So the leg that's got the knee bent, that arm comes around the back and rests, the wrist on the spine. Well, that's where my arm is. We'll see where yours ends up. Lower the hips as much as possible. Head, knee, ankle, once again in that stack. We're looking to the distance, and the arm is up here with the elbow bent and the palm up. And now, so this is the beginning position or the ending position, depending on your point of view. Bring the hands together. Open them up. This is monkey offers fruit. We come down. We come down this foot. We come across the earth, and the feet change. And we move into bow stance on this side. We come up, and we pierce, like so. We twist. So the elbow, the leg that's back, that elbow, bring it down to the bent knee in front. Get the shoulders one above the other, the elbows one above the other, and the palms together, and we look to the side. And then we bring the hand that's on top to the back, the other hand up like this. Now we're going to do it with the opposite leg forward so you can sort of have a back view of what's going on here. So we're in bow stance. Back foot's turned 45 degrees, front foot is pointing straight ahead. The legs is forward, that arm's here. This arm is here like so. You bring the hands together, palms open. So you bring the elbows in towards each other. You bring the hands down by the feet. You come along the earth. We come over here on the other side. We're in bow stance again, knee over the ankle. We come up, we pierce. Bring the hands together. So the elbows and the wrists are in a straight line. We turn, we twist, we look here. And then you take the hand that's on top, put the wrist on the spine. The other hand comes up like this. We lower the hips. And we go to the other side. And we come up, we pierce, we twist, we look to the hands. Top hand comes on the back, and we're here like this. Monkey dances in clouds. A bit of a challenging one because you got a lot of large muscles involved in removing the body from side to side. Now the next one we're going to look at, and the last one for this series today, is Old Man Rows a Boat. So for this guy, once again, we're in horse stance. So we start here in stacking of the bones. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle. Knee bent, leg straight. And we're over here checking to make sure the feet are reasonably parallel and that we can get from one side to the other. And now we need to move into horse stance. So turn the feet out 45 degrees and bring the heels out either side. So they're behind the toes. Now, Old Man rows a boat. Both hands come up. And we make a light fist with this hand here. And you bring it down to the hips. The other hand stays open. It reaches across, so we're getting a big twist in the body. We're scooping. We come across like this. And this hand that's scooping continues around the back and comes to the hips. The other hand, at the same time, is pushing, like so. So we come back here. This hand comes down to the hip. The other hand comes across. And as we pass the center line, the first hand comes out and we push like so. So again, we'll break it down into a few chunks. We're in horse stance. The hands come up. Bring this hand to the hip. It hangs out. The other hand comes across the body. We turn the torso, we turn the hips, we face, in my case, this way. And as this hand goes around the back, at the same time, this other hand now pushes into the distance. So we're getting a big twist in the spine. And then we bring the hands up. Bring this hand down to the hips this time. Reach across the body, pulling, and the other hand pushes. Big twist in the spine. The hand comes to the back. We come back up here. The hand comes down to the hip. We reach, in my case, towards the tree. We come across here, and we push the opposite way, getting a big twist in the spine. So the direction we pushed in is the hand that comes down to the hip. We reach, we scoop across the body, and we push. We come up, we come down, we sweep across the body, and then big twist in the spine as we push with the first hand. So we come up here. This hand that comes down, this hand comes across, and then this one pushes. So we're getting a good workout in the hips and in the spine. So we come up here, bring the hand down to the hip. So this is an open fist, like a robin's egg fist with the palm up. This hand is open, like we're scooping through water. And then we push, the hand comes to the back as we push to the horizon. We come on up. Bring the hand to the hip. Reach across the knees and we push. We're here. Come down. Come across and push. So the weight is shifting from side to side as well as we do this. So we bring the hands up. We come down to the hip. We reach this way. Pull across. We go to the opposite side. And we twist the spine as well. So we start here in the center. We come down. We reach so the weight shifts towards the tree. We scoop across, the weight shifts to the opposite side, away from the tree. And we come on up. We come down here. Reach, stretch, push towards the tree. And we'll do one more of these. And we bring the feet back together. And so now for today we're going to wrap up with our 5 directions. So advance, retreat, go to the left, look to the right, look to the left, move to the right, stay in the center. And so we move our hands. So several things are going on here. You want to breathe with the movement, and you want to breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4, and focus on your hands as we move around. So we start out in our stacking of the bone stance because we're going from side to side. So it's inhale for a count of 4 as we advance. Exhale for a count of 4 as we retreat. Inhale as we look to the left. Exhale as we come down to the hip. Inhale as we move to the right. And exhale we come down to the hip. And then inhale, we stay in the center. Inhale, we bring the hands up. Exhale, they come back down. We look to the left. Watch the hands come up. Watch the hand come down. Inhale, we move to the right. Exhale, watch the hand come down. Inhale, we watch one of the hands come up. Exhale, we watch the other hand come down. We'll do one more cycle. So inhale, we advance. Exhale, we retreat. Inhale, we look to the left. Exhale. Inhale, we look to the right. Exhale. And then we stay in the center. And that's the class for today. Dancing in clouds, chopping trees, rowing a boat. And we'll see you next time for a few more movements from the Dao Yin series. Thank you all for coming.